friends. How's it going? How's it going?
Hello.
G'day.
Good evening.
It's a Friday night, and it's a Lola After Dark special with Mike Oden, the creator of The Embrace, and Elysian Fields.
Woo! I'm
And
here.
we're talking The Embrace today with our friends Will and the artist on The Embrace, Dean James.
Hello.
So how are you guys doing
G'day.
tonight?
We're living the
Good.
dream.
I'm excited because I'm on a show here with some of my favorite people, and we get to introduce the book The Embrace by genuinely one of my favorite people. One of them, which is Mike Oden, the name after the god. And not only does he produce excellent work, but he's just an all-around good man.
Yeah, I greatly appreciate it. Higher praise cannot be asked for coming from Will Perdomo. So
No problem, buddy.
and it's an honor to be on this show. Like I've seen the show a few times, and it's just been one of those things that didn't click to me. And I was talking to Will the other day. I was like, you know what? I should probably hit her up and see if I can get on the show.
Yes.
So I think it was, Lola, correct me if I'm wrong. I think I hit you up like yesterday. I was like, hey, so it'd be awesome to come on your show sometime. Like, oh, fantastic. We'd love to have you on. When are you thinking? He was like, well, I close out the Embrace Friday, and you went like day after tomorrow. Like this.
Yeah, it was yesterday evening. I was like, you mean like Friday? Friday tomorrow isn't Friday? Like,
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we'll do this. We can make this happen.
She just sped home, man. You're like,
Totally cool. We will do this. We will sell the Embrace for you, man.
I am. It's great to be here, and I'm just happy to come on and chat with some of my favorite people. We got Dean James here, who's become a really good friend, and is obviously my co-creator on this book. And we've got Will, and it's, as I said, it's just good to be on the show for the first time.
mm-hmm.
Now, Mike, this is my first time meeting you and talking with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit how you got into this? Like, what really brought you to want to make a comic?
Oh, shit.
Will's like, I've never heard this. This is like you've opened Pandora's box.
No, I love hearing people's like introductory stories of how they start in this indie field, because like it's so interesting to me. We all come from such different backgrounds. It's like,
and I completely.
Odin comes from a different planet. He doesn't come from a different background. All right, I know this man.
So before I get started, I just want to apologize to Mo Biggs, who's in the chat, because he's probably heard me tell this story like 6 times, and we're going to hear him bitch incessantly in the chat. But anyways,
we love Mo here. Mo is awesome. He's everywhere.
He's great people. I actually, the other day I was doing a live sketch card stream, and he popped in the chat and was hanging out with us for a bit, and he ended up winning a sketch card of The Embrace that I just drew for shits and giggles.
Oh, how lucky, Mo. I'm so jealous.
He said you got a Domino's pizza uniform.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Great stuff.
Avoid the noise, buddy.
Yeah. Anyways, as far as how I got started into this, when it comes down to like I grew up, and I was always enamored with tales of heroes and everything, right? Like my dad read me the Iliad as my bedtime story growing up. I've always been really big into mythology, and I had 2 older brothers that were in high school when I was going through elementary school, so they got me into comics through, we watched things like Spider-Man the animated series, X-Men the animated series, also animated series that I probably shouldn't have been watching as a 5-year-old, like HBO's Spawn, like all this stuff. And so I've always had this love for comics and everything that's never really left. And when I was in the military, we were on a quote unquote deployment, which to Qatar, which is less of a deployment and more of a paid vacation in the devil's asshole. We were hanging out. I was hanging out, and I was just doing a lot of writing on this site called Movie Pilot, which was a industry news site that tried to also foster new talent. And so like anybody could write pieces for Movie Pilot, but only like certain people were able to write for them and then get published on their site and everything like that. And I wrote a few pieces that got some attention, got some notice, and I went through uh, their verified creator program, and I got into freelance industry journalism. So I was writing reviews of comics, reviews of comic book films, analysis of films, and taking a look at things that were happening in the industry. And eventually got to a point where people were asking me why I wasn't making my own books. And I made a lot of excuses for myself, skip over a few years, and I have a son. I am married, and my marriage is kind of not working out. And so I decide to when we separated, I decided to really put myself into doing a script. And so that's when I finished the script for Elysian Fields Issue 0, and things just kind of pushed ahead since that. After that, it was just one thing led to another. I started looking for an artist, and I found one very quickly and very luckily that was within what I could budget for, given everything that I was going through. And all of a sudden, we were doing a crowdfunding campaign. Then all of a sudden, we were funded. Then all of a sudden, there was a book. Then all of a sudden, people were getting the books in their hands, and we were getting some really good feedback. And then we were doing a second book. And and that's really how I got started in all of this. Was just this is always something that I've wanted to do, but haven't had the courage to do. And when I was looking around and I was seeing people in Comicsgate specifically that were having the success that they were having, I was like, well, maybe I don't need the big two. Maybe I don't need to get into that side of the industry in order to tell a story. And so I went out there and I did it for myself.
That's awesome, man. And so Elysian Fields, right? Like,
yeah,
Elysian Fields was pretty successful, I'd say, right?
I would say so. Our first campaign did very well. I remember when I initially launched it, and I was looking. When I was doing research, it's the base level research that anybody that's looking out from the periphery is like, oh, well, you have all these guys making hundreds of thousands of dollars. 10K is surely a reasonable goal to set for people, and little do you know that if you don't have the platform and everything like that, it doesn't matter how good your book looks. If they see something like 10K as as the goal you're trying to hit, it's a bit of a dissuading thing. So we ended up lowering the goal to 7K after we had crossed 4, and we funded, and it blew my mind. And then to hold the book for the first time in my hands, the holofoil of the 0 issue, was mind blowing and very surreal.
It was a beautiful book. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, the art on this is just phenomenal. So you were saying that you were doing something else with it, with the colors, and I was just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm so going to be behind that. I just want to point out, Mike does deliver, everybody.
Yes, very much so.
He delivers, and he delivers well. So
I greatly appreciate that.
Let's get into the Embrace.
All right, sounds good.
So tell me a little bit about the Embrace, and I'm going to pull it up here.
Okay, so the Embrace is a story that takes a lot of hints from darker takes in the superhero genre. It drew a lot of inspiration from, in particular, James O'Barr's The Crow, which is one of my favorite comics of all time. In fact, I have my 10th anniversary edition up above me on my bookshelf. As I said, I'm going through a divorce, and I've got a 3-year-old son who's asleep at this point, which is why I was it doesn't matter how amicable you try to make those things. There's a lot of negative energy. There's a lot of hurt that comes with that. And so I just remember there was this one incident where something happened. It was not even anything like serious. It was just a mundane phone call about a flu shot, and it just set me off for whatever reason. And I had like locked myself in my room for like a day and a half, and that's where the concept of this came out of, was just this being in this negative state, not liking being in this negative state, and wanting to do something to get myself out of it. And then I had this memory of back right after James was born, and my ex and I had moved into our first place that we had leased together. After James was born, there was a news article about this kid's body that was found in a local park that she and I used to go through all the time, back when we were dating. And it's one of those things that when you have a kid, that's absolutely horrifying. Like you're like, oh my God, that could have been my kid. That could have been our kid.
Right.
You know?
Oh yeah, definitely. As a mother, yeah.
And so that's where the embrace came from. That's where David and Clarence came from. Is like this combination of this really, really bad night. And,
wow.
And this horrifying, memory, and they came together, and that's where the embrace came from.
That's awesome. Well, it's not awesome, but like it's awesome that you can take so negative that and make it into something positive, you know.
And Dean plays a massive role in this, because like I came up with this initial concept, and I tried to go write the script, and I fucking couldn't. I couldn't visualize the character. I couldn't figure out how I wanted his powers to work. Because I couldn't see him. Like I had this idea, and I knew it was good. I knew it was something, and I even had the name. But I couldn't figure out how to bring it to life. And so I asked around a few people, and I ended up hitting up Lee Byron Carver, who's the writer of The Company Men, and he has his YouTube channel, Kemosabe Returns, where he does reviews of comic books.
Right.
Really awesome guy, and he's actually the editor of The Embrace as well. And he pointed me to Dean, and I had interacted with Dean on a few streams before. Had no idea he had done art. Because at this point in time, Dean was kind of working his way in to everything, and you could see some of his art on Twitter and everything like that, but it wasn't prominent. It was mainly focused on doing Comics Mate and everything like that. And so I hit him up, and I told him about this concept, and he really dug it, and we started workshopping back and forth ideas on how the character should look, and then within a week he sent me the pencils of the design, and I only made changes to 2 things, and I was like, yeah, that's perfect. I think it was his hair, and he used to have spikes up his forearms too, and I was like, that's too much like the darkness. I know that was one of our inspirations visually, but no.
No, I agree with the spikiness anyway. It made him look too evil and aggressive. So, yeah.
Dean, I gotta ask, how's it been working with Mike?
Not bad. He actually he left me alone for a very long time with a lot of it. Yeah, the reason, he obviously came up with the idea of it, but the reason that I'm co-creator is because I came up with a lot of the other things. There's a lot more of my input comes in part 2 and stuff like that. But when it comes to the entire book, I basically just did everything visual. Odin just was like, yeah, man, go crazy, do whatever you want. And then there were moments where I told him, I go, this doesn't work, I'm completely changing that. You're going to have to rewrite the script around whatever page it is that I draw, because I don't like it. And so I visual director, I just took over the entire visual look of it all.
The page that we're sitting on, is really what got me, because it looks like a big hairy eyeball. Just
that's 100% my idea.
Yeah, that's entirely Dean, and that was the whole thing.
If you turn your head to the left, it's a fly on the wall, and the characters are actually in the reflection of the fly's eye, and that's where the word balloons will be coming from the reflection, because that fly is the panel.
You say that? Oh my gosh, you pointed out. I'm like, oh god. I didn't see that.
Because you can see the fly for about 3 or 4 or 5 pages. Like the fly follows him around, and that's not in the script either. That's just I got bored drawing 2 guys having a conversation in an office for a couple of pages. So, yeah.
Hey guys, how about we say hi to our chat real quick before we get
Sounds
any
like a
further
plan.
in here? Because I don't want them to feel neglected and like we don't love them. Because we definitely want them to go back this. It closes out tonight, right? Like tonight's the last night.
We're closing out the in demand this evening. After Bancroft. Now that being said, like Indiegogo usually takes a few days to take down in demand, so it'll likely be up through the weekend. But like, there's no guarantee that. It just depends on how quickly Indiegogo takes it down.
Tonight is your last night, is what he's saying, people. Tonight.
Mhm.
Tonight. Go get it.
Yep.
We're going to say hi to Pale Rider. What's up, Pale Rider? Thanks for showing up, brother.
Pale
Mo
Riders.
Biggs. We love Mo. Flying Feline. That's my girl right there. Flying Feline. She's awesome. Beautiful woman.
Mo
What are we laughing at? Oh, Mo.
Yes.
I'm just starting at the top to see who I got in here right now. Jeremy Bird. What's up, my brother? What's up? I hope you're having
Hail.
a good Friday night. Stunning and Brave Megatron. What up, brother? He's an artist
I love
as well.
that
He
name.
does awesome.
That's a great name.
What?
Stunning and Brave Megatron. That's a great name.
Oh, he's awesome. Y'all should go check out his channel. Like, he does
Oh.
drawing streams and like, oh my god, he's awesome.
I will definitely, because that avatar is fucking hilarious.
Let's see. 24 Eyes. What's up, 24 Eyes?
Hey,
Oz
24
is
Eyes.
great.
Hey, Oz.
What's up, Phil?
Hey,
Kayla,
Phil.
Kayla's another great one. Like she's been killing it over on Death Curse with her interviews. Like she does what I'm doing over there on their channel, and she does a lot more than what I'm doing. She is just absolutely amazing and beautiful. Love her.
She's good.
So you guys check her out. Check out Kayla. See what she's up to. Oh, Brian. What's up, Brian with Eris Saga?
I'm here for Bob Kane. Thanks, man.
Everybody's in for Dean. None
See?
your business. What's up, none your business? B
Yeah.
Rose in the chat, man. Where's B Rose? I just had him. It moved. B Rose, what's up? And Dean, are you in my chat?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
he's
there.
hanging out in there.
I saw him say something earlier. I was like, it was cracking me up a little bit. Where'd it go? I lost it. I'm terrible like that, y'all. I'm terrible. Dan Dahl?
That's Booty Juice.
What up,
What's
Booty Juice?
buddy?
Hey, Booty Juice.
I like Booty Juice better. Like, change your name back to Booty Juice.
Yeah.
He's
Everyone who
trying to be
backs this.
professional, guys.
Everyone who backs this gets a Booty Juice card, right?
Oh,
I mean, they get the.
It's
they
up to
get
a
mini
limited
print.
number, but
They-
we have most of them.
We've I would say we have all but like I think we got like 200 230 of the metal cards done of each, because they were.
And everyone gets a print.
Yes, everyone is going to get a mini print of the Booty Juice piece, so like that they will get. But
we'll go into that print here in just a minute.
And there's another Booty Juice piece in the book because he won the fan art competition as well.
well, he started
wow.
the fan art
Yeah.
competition. The winner of the fan art competition is Booty.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's Boob Dan.
Gosh, Dean.
So
There's
Big
just
Dan
so
and
much
Booty
stuff.
Juice.
Yeah, there was so much extra stuff. Like we went a little crazy with this because it's
Yeah, we did.
like, as you said a minute ago, it's Michael's third book, but it's my first. So I was behind the scenes the whole time saying like, let's make this exciting and big, and I was saying things like I wanted to make it as special for the backers as it was for me, and like it was my first time. I was excited. So
I've been having to yell at my son because like Dean was insistent on getting glow in the dark sticky hands for everybody, and we
Oh my
found
God.
them and we have them.
Yes.
And my son just goes ape shit like every single time he sees it. He's like, "Can I have sticky hand?" I was like, "James, you have had 6 of them. Leave them alone." like they're not like they're super cheap. If I need to get more, I need to get more. But like like I just like I yelled, I was like, "No, you cannot have more sticky hands."
I love it. What up, Oliver from the 656 Brothers? Those guys are killing it with Kryptonoids, and they're doing some awesome stuff.
Yeah, Oliver.
I think they have a Escape Undead Borders Escape or Die for a second grab up right now. If everybody wants to go check that out too. But and then What About? What's up, What About? Okay.
Hey, what about?
Sorry, I want to say hi to all our friends, because these are the people that come out here and they support and they back, and they're the ones that we're selling to. So anyway, let's get back to the Embrace. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta love the chat.
I totally just sidetracked that.
Making sure that we say hi to the chat is so important.
It is. These are our people, man. These are our people.
I spend more time in the chat than I do on shows, and I usually have the link too. There's no real excuse for it. It's just I'd rather be typing.
You've come on here a couple of times, haven't you, Dean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so I'm like,
lately,
I was surprised
when
when Mike hits me up, and I'm like, isn't the Embrace Dean? Wait a minute. I was so confused. I was so confused on that one. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's sell this.
That was honestly like the best thing that you could have said to me, because it was pure vindication. I was like, no, Dean, you don't get to claim that I'm fucking bill fingering you, because there are people that think that this is just your book.
No, but there's always the exception to the rule.
But when I saw you on Twitter as Elysian Fields, I was like, oh my God, it's the Elysian Field guy. Yes. Like, you don't even know. Like, I really enjoyed Elysian Fields.
I'm really glad when we finish shilling the Embrace, I will show you what we've got from the remaster, so you can take a look and see how the product has been completely elevated.
That is awesome. Is Will still with us? Did I completely?
I mean, it was a combination of Odin's melodious Bueller voice mixed with that uniform, that I think he's going to bring in like a nice hot pizza.
A fucking blue
polo. Man, like
I am not a Domino's delivery man.
Are you going to take me in the Noid wagon? Are you going to take me, Odin, in the Nerd wagon? Noid wagon?
I can't unsee it.
Here's a mess, so I can't take the fucking.
Yeah, it's like Sargon of Akkad, where they got him with the Applebee's thing. We got him with the the Domino's pizza guy.
Hold on, I'm switching my fucking hat so that way I can get rid of this.
And I was quite disappointed that when
everybody should go back the Embrace, so Mike doesn't have to work at Domino's anymore.
Yeah, see? This dude's like risking getting shot, taking 2 hollow points because of you people.
Poor guy.
So you look like
completely.
So you look like the cool Domino's pizza delivery man.
He looks like the guy that's in the kitchen at Domino's.
yeah, he's the rebel one. Oh, there you go. Now you're the Dennis the Menace Domino's pizza man.
I hate you. I hate you all. Anyways, so to talk about the Embrace.
Yeah, so the Embrace, huh?
Everybody go back the Embrace. How about that?
That was my question, Mike Odin. Mike Odin, may I call you Mike Odin? Mike Odin.
You may call me Mike Odin.
So if I back at a certain level, do I get you personally here to embrace me?
If
Yes.
you pay for my airfare, yeah, sure.
Okay, so we're doing the Rob Liefeld thing, eh?
I mean,
for the right price.
How much are we talking? Like, you put a number down that you're willing to throw at this campaign, and I will tell you.
So that's what you're telling the chat. Oh, that you're
hell,
you're for sale.
As Charlie Chaplin said, we've already proven that I'm a whore. We're just haggling on price.
Oh, okay, got it. All right. If we're talking, or I guess we have to talk about. We're talking about like Qatarian level horror, or like we talking like Sunset Strip level horror.
Why does Mo keep
again? That depends on the price.
Call you Ogden?
It's a running joke that goes back even like this started during
From Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I went on a stream and like my name that was listed was I fat thumbed G when I was typing.
You did what to who?
So it was instead of Michael Odin, it was Michael Ogden.
So Mo forgets nothing. Forgets nothing.
He's only just started to like not fuck with me about the lamp thing. I pointed out that I have a lamp in my room now, and he's dropped the lamp war for now.
I actually had one with you at one point. Actually, I was kind of messed up. I remember one time we were on a stream.
That was right. We were on a stream together, and you're like, "Oh man, it looks like you have nothing to your name."
No, I said you look like you're at the Y. What's up, man? Like, did you get kicked out by your wife?
Shit,
I'm totally white.
I was like, "Well, fun fact, I just moved back into my folks' place because I'm going through a divorce." And Will just like his jaw drops like, now I feel like an asshole.
He's like,
I am so
open mouth, insert foot. It's okay. We all do it.
It looked like he was at the locker room of the Y, right? Like, he's going to sleep in there, right? And I'm like, oh, you're at the Y. That's pretty funny. Look, there ain't shit on your walls. Like, that's hilarious.
Like now I've got a few things up on. It sucks because I have this like really nice like office setup kind of deal here now. I've got like this little desk that's into the wall. I've got my statues and my books and everything, but you can't see that when you're looking at it from here. So you just see like my my bed, and you get like I've got a picture of my son hanging up on the wall over here, but like otherwise it's pretty barren.
A picture of anything,
but
we can't tell what that is.
Yeah.
If you maybe pan the camera a little bit, you can see the little like coin dispenser where the bed starts to like rattle and like.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh shit. we doing all kinds of stuff to sell this book now. We get into all kinds of kinky stuff.
Yeah, man. He'll deliver that shit while he's doing pizzas.
Yeah, man.
It's not really pizza he's delivering.
Oh, well, that's the third job of Odin. I'll show you why.
If we're going to like that level, this book better fucking clear 20.
I'll show you. I am Zeus's father, or not Zeus, Thor's father. This is Zeus.
When does the OnlyFans start, Mike?
Yeah.
I don't have one of those yet. I do have a Patreon. That's like a step below that, right? Like that's how. Like,
there you go.
It also has
like
nudes on it.
Adult.
I'm like six. I'm 6 steps away from becoming the 9 Realms ethot. It'll be great.
I told you it always gets degenerate over here, you know? Somehow it does. It goes from, hi, I'm Mike Odin, I'm selling you the Embrace, to like, hey, I'll come to your motel room for enough money.
I'll show up as the pizza delivery guy.
How did we get here?
That's how they always start.
Just don't call me late to dinner, right?
Yeah. Well, that's how most porno movies start. Hello, I'm Mikey. I'm here to deliver your large pizza.
And your Embrace.
You're that Mikey.
Yeah.
I have your extra large meat lovers right here. Oh, God.
Speaking of the Embrace, how about we talk about this shit, I can't talk now. Look what I've done.
Did you get any backers from all that?
I don't know. Let's refresh the page. We have actually, because we're at 13,918. We started the stream at 13,880 or something. So
cool.
We've gotten at least one. So
the perversion works.
Thank you very much.
Keep it going.
Perversion always works. Sex sells, baby.
Sex sells, yeah.
Except mine.
Oh, I wasn't okay. Let's talk about this featured tier you got going here, Mike.
Yeah. So this is what we've got going on right now. Is the one of each tier signed. We had the original one of each was our initial featured tier that came. If you backed in the first 60 days, came with a free what we're calling the Spectral Edition of the book. So when I had initially pitched this to Dean, I wanted it to be as close to The Crow as possible, and so we were going to do it black and white. But then the moment Dean added any color to that freaking design, I was just like, no, this book needs to be in color. But we decided it'd be like a really cool thing to have a black and white edition of the book, and so the Spectral Edition is a noir experience, the way that The Crow would, in the vein of The Crow. And the only way that you can get that now is through this one of each tier signed, because only the people that backed in the first 60-day window get access to that if they backed the one of each tier. Now you get the fourth cover, which is the B variant of the special edition. But this, you get the B variant of the special edition. You get everything from the book, and you get the Spectral. And on top of that, your Barton Brothers cover gets sent down to Australia to be signed by Dean James, Corey Barton, and Clayton Barton.
So you got the Barton Brothers on this too.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Yeah, they did the cover for a special edition.
Son.
There's a certain young lady out there that's just turned her ears up. Clayton?
Excuse me?
He does have a melodious voice.
Yes, yeah, it's very soothing.
I call him the Hannibal Lecter of CG.
What up, Matt Barr?
Oh
What up,
my
my
god,
brother?
that needs to stick.
He is. He's like, hello.
I need to hear Clayton utter the words. Do you still dream about the lambs, Clarice?
No. I could so see Clayton
can't
Barton like hanging out with some dude and getting him to do poppers. Like, why don't you peel it off your own face?
Why don't you peel off your face and feed it
Oh
to
my
your
word!
dogs?
Oh, but this stream has all kinds of stuff going on in it. This is why it's after dark, though,
We've-
right?
Hey, Matt.
We've gone from male prostitution to cannibalism.
Yeah, look, it's Matt
Completely
Barr.
natural shift of topic.
The natural
Yeah, look-
progression of things.
Look what brings in Matt Barr.
Exactly. He smelled it. Matt smelled it and came a calling.
I was like, I hear someone talking about cannibalism.
I thought it was the male prostitution, but okay.
Fair enough. Either
Oh,
or.
yeah.
Potato, potato. What?
The Spectral Edition, like, you don't really sell this well. like when he says it's like a black and white version and stuff like that, right? Like that's not the way I look at it, right? Like, yes, it is black and white and everything, but it's the ultimate collector's version of the Embrace. Like, we're not going to make any more Spectral Editions ever. And then when we do book 2, there will be a Spectral Edition of book 2, and there'll be a Spectral Edition of book 3, and so on and so forth until the series is over. And then you could have an entire collection of this black and white, extremely limited and hard to get version of the book. So Odin focuses on making it like The Crow, where I'm like, nah, man, let's just have this really cool, super rare collector's version of the book.
Well, and that plays into it as well. But like the idea from it came, the idea of it came from having an edition that was true to like the original vision of it being a love letter to Obar's The Crow. So like they're both pertinent.
Can you give me like a brief synopsis of what the Embrace is about? Like what's going on without giving too much away?
So and we actually have like the perfect synopsis right here in bold italics is no
It's
father
a suit made of ghosts.
But
Yeah,
but Mike, I want you to improv it. I want you to
okay. Clarence Griffin is a man that's been completely destroyed after the death of his son a year ago. When the investigation of his son's murder has turned up with nothing, Clarence is at a point where he is willing to give up on everything and goes to take his own life. When he arrives at the last spot he was with his son, the ghost of his son appears and saves him, and upon their embrace, he receives a vision of the people responsible for his son's death. And when he comes to, is in a suit that grants him special abilities and invulnerability that is powered by the soul of his son. And so together they are going after the people responsible for his son's murder to bring them to justice as the spectral hero, the Embrace. And that is what the book is about.
You're so emo.
Right?
Hey, I told you, it takes a lot of inspiration from The Crow. And like while like that premise is like very dark and everything, where the Embrace really shines, I think, and Dean and I were talking about this here just yesterday, where the Embrace really shines is that while it takes inspiration from James O'Barr's The Crow, while it takes inspiration from these darker stories, the thing that makes it unique is that there is this levity to it. David, Clarence's son, is an 8-year-old, right? And he is a 8-year-old that was raised by a dad that loved him very much. So he doesn't have like anger or resentment towards anything. He's not here for vengeance. He's here because he sees his dad hurting and he wants to help him. So there's this levity to the character. Like if you scroll down a bit, there's this page where we showcase the Embrace's abilities because we wanted people to see how the suit.
The way I describe it is that the Embrace only looks like a superhero because David himself liked superheroes. If this happened 100 years ago, he's a kid. Like
So
if this happened in cowboy times, it could have looked like a spooky ghost cowboy or something. But but David loved superheroes, so here we are.
So like this page right here is absolutely badass, right? Like it showcases how the suit's powers work. It's really cool. It's very spooky. But the reality of this is one of the fucking funniest pages of this book. Because everything being done here when you're reading the dialogue and everything, it's all David, and David is a fucking goofball. He is exactly what you'd think an 8-year-old that could be a superhero would be.
I love it. Like I feel so sad that I heard about it kind of later on, so like I really didn't get to hear the hype and all of it for it. And so cuz like I'm sold, right? Like you're selling me with this kid, like it's coming from his perspective, and so I'm just like I'm kind of sad that I'm, just now getting you on here to talk about it.
Even though I told her all about you
on me
3 weeks ago, and I said you got to get Mike Oden on. She's
Shut
like,
your
"That
mouth,
guy-
Will. Shut your mouth.
that
Don't
guy-
Don't tell the truth.
He's too nice."
Yeah, David
tell on
David
me.
will definitely be a lot of
No,
people's
like
favorite
I
character.
backed it when Dean told me about it. Dean,
Yeah, ages ago now, right?
Huh?
That was ages ago now. I think it was on Skip's channel.
Shut your mouth, Dean. No, like it just, I don't know, for some reason it hasn't come across as much as other projects have, and so, but yeah, like I'm really digging this. I remember when Dean told me about it, like I was like, oh my god, I've got to go get this, and I did. I went and backed it, and I was like, this is gonna be awesome.
And
So
it's gonna be to you guys pretty soon. Dean has
working
that
on the
last
last
page
page.
going.
Yeah, today.
Oh, last page. Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very last page. So I'm
how you
gonna-
very excited.
How are you going to celebrate?
The art will probably
I don't
be
know.
all done by the end of the week. Like, because freaking Paul Billick is a freaking beast. The colorist that we have for this, he
Oh my god.
he works on 5 pages at a time.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not
Hi,
even an exaggeration. It's fucking insane. Like
He's a madman. I started off a good 20 pages or something ahead of him, and he caught up to me so quickly. I think he's only like 5 pages behind or something. Like he's in the last 10 pages, and I'm on the very last page.
Dean, he like the page that he sent us today.
Oh my god, that is 2 pages behind me.
Yeah, like
He's got to color the epilogue, and then that's it. He's done.
yeah.
So would you say that David is your main character then, or would
I would, yeah.
Yeah, and Dean and I had a really good discussion about this. Is Clarence is the narrative vehicle, right? Like he is the
how we're introduced
without
to the
losing his
world.
agency, because he's still a character and he is very important, and the narrative does revolve. Like he's the person going through the character journey, the character that everyone's going to attach themselves to emotionally. That is going to be the driving
By far.
the driving force of the narrative is David. This is that David has come to save his father, to save his father from anger, from loss, and all of these things, and this self-destructive behavior.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm mesmerized by the art right now. I'm looking at the art. And yeah, I'm loving this. I'm digging this.
I'm loving Mo Biggs's
So
comment there, where he said, "If you like the Embrace Spectral Edition, you'll love the Xerox edition."
ARO or anything?
Yeah.
I liked his imagine how funny Ogden can be on streams and times it by 1.25. That's how hilarious that scene will be. You see, that doesn't give me I don't know how to take that, because I feel like that's like equally backhanded, because Mo always shits on me for being too boring.
They like
Well,
giving you shit, don't
You
they,
are
Mike?
kind of boring. I just try to help.
But Mike, if you come over here, like we can like spice you up here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already
rub you
trying to get
down.
you in OnlyFans. We're trying to get you into like
Remember when I brought up Hype School? We
Yeah.
can start a whole Hype School thing.
Into a 4-star motel instead of a 3.
Yeah.
we want to get you out of the Y, man, out of Domino's.
Oh, gee, thanks, guys. So
No, not
funny.
Domino's, dude. Papa John's.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got
Oh,
pizza
man.
salad,
No.
huh?
No,
What,
it's
what an upgrade!
DoorDash. Pinnacle.
Really be your own entrepreneur, right?
Exactly. Destroy your own vehicle and possibly get robbed many times over with no liability insurance.
You're just gonna be like a what is it? A Renaissance man?
Who, me?
No, Mike.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
gonna
that
be
guy.
he's gonna have his hand in everything.
He's got his hand in everything.
Oh man, you guys gotta highlight. You gotta highlight Mo's most recent comment, because this is actually gold. Because there's definitely a bit of satire in there, but like,
This one?
yeah, I was initially skeptical of the embrace. The character with all the hands seemed like a troll on Bancroft.
Which it kind of was.
I mean, yeah, because I could have
Oh,
sworn
I've straight up contacted Michael Bancroft. Was like, how much would it be to hire you to do a variant cover? He goes, why? I was like, I want you to do a variant cover of the Embrace just to torture you.
Mm-hmm.
And he just was like, you're a dick.
He has
Did
six
he do
hands.
that? Did he do the Alan Moore? I will not be doing that.
You have literally got me in tears right now. Oh my god. It's hilarious. All right, so what other characters we have down here? Hold on.
We got Clarence and David. Now we got the Embrace himself.
Yeah.
So you count the Embrace as a character as well.
So-
yeah, because he has his own body. It's not like it's described as a suit, right? But it's not actually a suit. Like the Embrace has a bigger build, is taller, weird proportions and stuff because he's a spooky ghost creature. Like he looks different to Clarence. It's almost like Clarence is possessed by David, and it creates this.
Yeah.
So,
No, and I think that's a very accurate.
it's-
That's a very
it's weird.
accurate.
So it's a synthesis of the two. Essentially.
Yes.
yeah, and
yeah.
when you're reading the
Kind of like
Embrace,
Venom.
like when you're reading the
more like
Embrace,
Vegito.
yeah, yeah, because like when you're reading the Embrace, he has his own dialogue boxes, but the thought boxes belong to both Clarence and David, and you can tell the difference between the two.
Yeah,
as
they
well.
go back and
They
forth.
They have
Yeah.
inner monologues inside of the Embrace as well, where they're discussing things, and then when the Embrace speaks, he speaks in a singular voice as the Embrace.
That's awesome. I'm just kind of like in awe right now. I'm like, oh
So
my
that's
God.
what you were doing for the last 6 months.
Let's talk about this pinup real quick.
Oh yeah, that turned out great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fan favorite. Like as soon as we saw it, we knew it was going to be the best-selling cover, and it was.
Oh,
It is. It's incredible.
like we got this pinup, and I went to Dean and I was like, "There's no way this isn't going to be on a cover of a book of the book, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, that'd be irresponsible not to put that as a cover of the book."
Yeah.
And so sure enough, this is our top selling cover, and it's holofoil for the cover. And if you were on the pre-launch sign up page, and
Yes,
you backed the
Ginge.
book, you
What
get this
Ginge is saying,
crazy
yes.
pinup. Yeah, is it similar to Yu-Gi-Oh with
Sorry.
Yugi, Nami Yugi? Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. I didn't think of it like that, but
Yeah, there's
Yes.
probably a lot of anime stuff now. You bloody weeb, you tricked me, didn't you, Odin?
no, I don't even like Yu-Gi-Oh. I wouldn't have made this fucking compare like.
That's a hell of a pinup right there, man.
Yeah, Jim O'Reilly knocked it out of the park, and then he had Sigmund Torre color it, and I mean, the results speak for themselves. It's fucking gorgeous. And like it's one of these things that's really funny because Jim O'Reilly is one of the most self-deprecating artists that you will ever see. And I remember when he like drafted this out, like Dean and I were like blown away. It was like, it's a piece of shit. When I ink it, Dean's gonna see why I hate my art, and we're just like, I don't know what you're talking about, Jim.
I love it. I'm just going to constantly just give Jim shit from now on. So he comes back with something better every time. Like, whatever. If he wants to hate his art, that's perfectly fine by me. Let's make him even better. Because like, I don't know what he's looking at, right? Like,
So I have a question for you, Mike.
Yeah.
Is this a one and done, or is this something that you can continue
No.
with?
So the idea is that this is the first part of a 5 to 6 book miniseries. Now, like if for whatever reason, like things fall apart and we don't get to an Embrace 2, which is not the case, I'm already working on the script and it's going to knock people's socks off. I think people will. There is the way that I write a lot of these books is that I try to make sure that each book, like even when you read Elysian Fields and everything, each book has within it a 3-arc structure to a degree where, like, even if I wasn't able to come back, there is a form of closure to a degree with the story. And so, like,
worst case scenario, it's like a movie that never got a sequel.
yeah, like we set things up for the next book, yes, but like if we ended up not making the Embrace 2, I think people would be happy with the end, and you allow their imagination to fill the gaps. But like
No, it's definitely not,
it's
Kayla.
but like that's the
Kayla's
whole thing.
hoping it's not a one and done. Definitely, I am too, Kayla. I'm right there with you, girl. I'm like, no, we need more of that.
Yeah, like this is definitely like this character has blown up beyond Dean and I's wildest dreams. So like there's definitely going to be more, but I wrote it in a way that like if this character for whatever reason didn't appeal to people and we only made one book, that yeah, you would be a little bit sad at the end that you weren't going to get another, but that there's a feeling of closure, I feel, at the end of the story, despite setting up for the next book as well.
So you've got an ongoing B story and your A story ends here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phil wants to know if the Embrace kills people.
He does
No.
not.
He's fighting crime, right?
Well,
like he's
he
going to
does
find
leave a
the
bunch of-
murderers of his kid.
Yeah. He starts off mostly facing gang members and things like that. You know, like in this first issue, especially, like his first thing is against a bunch of thugs, but then going like moving forward, obviously he's going to be facing some more serious villains that we haven't spoken about at all because we don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, and like that's the whole thing. So when it comes down to does the Embrace kill people? Again, we have to remember that a solid chunk of this character's personality is driven by an 8-year-old kid, and as Dean said, this 8-year-old kid grew up and was reading his dad's comic books. He loves superheroes. So there's this running theme throughout the book of justice, not vengeance.
It's Clarence and David are sitting like, Clarence is obviously a broken man when you meet him at the start of the book. The first thing he wants to do is murder everyone involved. Like he does want to kill them all. But David is constantly throughout the entire thing, what does a superhero do? This is what a good guy does, right, Dad? Like this is a superhero. And so there's this like back and forth between them that you can see that Clarence doesn't want to really, like he obviously doesn't, dead or not, he doesn't want to put his son in those positions where he's going to see some horrible shit, and so he learns his lesson and does the right thing for his son. And so no, the Embrace doesn't kill anyone, despite the fact that he wants to. And he does leave a couple of them, wishing they were dead in the state that he had left them in, but like he does not kill anyone, no.
Kayla, be safe driving. We love you, lady. My internet's being a little shady tonight, so it just started going a little shady. But no, obviously it doesn't kill people. It's what they say, Phil. Where did Mike go? Okay.
Speaking of children's, my son woke up and I had to go put him back to bed. So
the life of parenting, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I used to like have him come hang out on streams, but my ex has let me know that she is not comfortable with me doing that, so I cannot have him on there. Which is fine, is what it is.
Very understandable. That's very understandable.
But anyways, what did I miss?
Yes, no.
You were gone?
In answer to most questions, yes.
You missed my internet being ridiculous right now.
I did not notice that Odin was off screen or gone. That's weird.
Oh, bless.
What happened just now?
I went and I put my son back to bed.
Your book is so mystical that it's causing folding in the space-time continuum where we lost several seconds.
Yeah. Well, so it is. This is
the Barton Brothers cover, right?
Quite gripping.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
that
yeah,
that is beautiful.
I just got very Kozor,
right?
So
back Kozor.
If you get the one of each signed, this edition of the book will be sent to Australia for Dean, Corey, and Clayton to sign because they all live pretty close to one another.
Yeah, that's just by pure luck that I can drive over to their house and we can just sign a bunch of books.
Cool.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a signing party and they're gonna live stream it.
Have you guys met each other?
Well, yeah, we've spoken plenty of times online and stuff, but we've never met in person.
Oh, that's cool, man.
They live in Australia. It's a small little island
Yeah,
in the
That's
middle of
not.
nothing. Like
That's
all
not
they
everyone knows each
remotely
other.
True. Australia is a massive island.
Bancroft is like his next door neighbor, and he's like, "Shut up, Bancroft."
But I figure what happens is they take out their kangaroos and they just hop over to each other's house.
Yep.
They're like little tauntauns.
like-
Matna.
Dean is probably like a little roo. He just fits right in the pouch of the kangaroo.
So, like,
Yeah, well, no, I'm too old for that these days. but that's how
when
we
the
do it
kangaroo
now.
breaks down in the middle of the outback, do you have to like slice it open and stick, Bancroft in there to keep him warm?
Damn, Will. Mo says the Barton Bros.
smelled bad on the outside.
Mo says the Barton brothers used to babysit Dean. Is there any truth to that?
Now, do they put the
there's
the
no
vapor
truth
rub
to
on your eyes to keep you asleep?
No, that never happened.
What up, Fizzy? Y'all, did I say hi to Ryan? What's up, Ryan? I'm sorry.
Hey, Ryan.
We're having too much fun here.
It's Fischozo.
Yeah, I said hi, Fizzy.
Oh, Fizzy. Okay. I
I call him
his
Fizzy
full
because
name.
I don't pronounce things right.
If it was
I'm
anybody,
country and I'm southern.
if it was anybody
you
else
expect?
besides Fizzy saying I'm late, I'd be worried.
Yeah.
So we have Barton Brothers cover. What's the free book here? What's up with this?
That's the Spectral Edition one, which was
Yeah, and
when
that's
the campaign was live. It was free when you backed the one of each tier. Where as of right now, you can only get it in the one of each signed because there's only two left, I think, too. So there's not many of those left.
Nice.
And what is this? The Perfect 10?
Perfect 10 is another book. It's done by Genuine Comics. It's in the Genuine Comics universe by Dave Brink. The first issue of Perfect 10 is a personal favorite of mine, and Dave is a good buddy. And we decided that we were going to co-launch, and he's actually going to be shutting his campaign down with me here. We're going to all be on Bancroft tonight. But so as a cross promotion deal, where if you backed in the first 30 days, both of our books, you get this pinup by Russ Leach from Only Death Can Save Us. That's got the Embrace and Perfect 10 fighting some Genuine Comics villains. So
That's awesome, man.
that was just a little fun way to do some cross promotion. I think that's one of the big things that us as indie creators we have, whereas there's none of this, like there's not a lot of drama as far as crossing of licensing for to having our IPs like crossover in art and what have you.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in the book where I straight up just said, I'm like, does anyone want, I've got a bunch of posters and bookshelves and things in the background that I need to fill up. Does anyone want their character featured as an Easter egg or anything like that? And, yeah, so the book's full of stuff like that if you look at the backgrounds on pretty much any page.
We do this.
It's a great way to network and connect and to get your characters out there, right? Get people to know what you're doing and what your projects are about. So, I mean, this is a great idea. I love it. I would love to see more of this.
We just did it. A creator came to us and wanted to use Rascal from Black Flag, so Frege just said, "Go right ahead," and gave him the handshake. And Rascal's now in their issue.
That's awesome.
So it's cool to be able to look over and see Rascal.
Mm-hmm. And then, but yeah, sorry, I don't know what just happened. I had a huge blink out there.
And then you have the Elysian Fields remastered, which
now we have
a little glimpse of those awesome colors.
Almost
this is a nice little preview of what this book looks like with the new colors, right? So we got Avery Ferdinand, absolute knockout.
It looks so good. Holy
with this
crap.
genre, and the way his colors pair with Marcelo's line work, it's like you can't even imagine. And I'm really excited for people to see this. We like it. The whole reason why I did this remasters. I got a lot of great feedback on the first book, both praise for things, but there was also a lot of stuff we could work on. So I wanted to make sure that people knew I was listening, right? I wanted to make sure that people knew that I was taking the feedback seriously. And so, like, one of the big, probably like the biggest thing that I got consistently on was that the colors weren't bad, but they're very flat, and at times, they just kind of blend together in a way that doesn't pop. And so I have a general rule where if I hear the same criticism across from 10 different people, that means that, like, that's something that needs to be fixed, right?
Right.
Like if it's just one or two people, that's like, okay, that could just be a matter of taste. But if you have 10 different people that don't know each other that are saying the exact same thing, you have to reevaluate and you have to fix that problem. And so I had that, and so this was a big thing. I went and I found a new colorist, and the results are incredible. And so
Awesome.
he's going to be on Elysian Fields from here on out. We are going to be doing a remaster of Pyramid Gambit, our second book, as well. And yeah, it's going to be badass.
And here we come to Boob Dan with no boobs.
Boob Dan.
Love boob
Dan.
Dan. No,
Boob Dan.
there are hidden boobs. There is many a boob in here, but
Oh,
they're
okay,
all,
yes,
they're
of
secret
course.
boobs. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I see
original.
some.
Yeah,
Don't forget
Yeah.
the giant knockers on the door.
yeah. Giant knockers on the door, and
That
then
could
on
be
the
boobs
arch,
too.
just above the door as well, is like another pair.
But I can definitely see Boob Dan in here. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he crushed it with this piece. It was awesome, and it was really tough. We had so much great fan art.
everyone go sign up for Goblin Girl.
Yeah, everyone go sign up for Goblin Girl.
Yes.
Goblin Girl friends.
I love his
Goblin
art
Girl.
though. His art is just like, for me, like personally, I don't know, something about it just really sets it off for me. Like I really like Roman Dirge and artists like that.
Mhm.
And so like he just has that feel to him that it's kind of like I don't even know how to explain it. It really hits me. So
Yeah, I know
love
what
this.
you mean.
I love this.
I feel the same way. I love his
Yeah,
stuff. I actually bought this off him.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's hanging on my
Yeah.
wall.
He bought like all of the fan art. Like the only piece of Embrace art that I own is the Booty Juice piece.
I should also own that one.
Yeah, I'm not. No. This is not- this
Did
is
we
my
get to
fucking-
that piece? Have we seen that piece yet? Is it on here?
I don't know if it is on this page because
Maybe on the updates.
it might be on the updates. I know we promoted it a lot on Twitter because we got this and it was a stretch goal thing where we made this as a mini. I had this commissioned as a mini print, and it's also if you backed in the first 60 days, you'll be getting a metal trading card of it as well.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's page
sorry.
1 anyway.
Wow. The eyes on that thing. Like, oh. Okay. Whew.
Very pretty book. But that thing colored is pretty impressive. Let me see if I can't find. Well, I can find it. I know exactly where to look.
Let's see if we have any friends that have went and pushed you up to 14K yet.
Bring up
Not yet, but you're
Not
gonna
yet.
get there. You're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there. I think that we'll. The goal is I would love for us to hit 15K. Before closing out. I think that it'll take some doing, but we're pretty close. We're not that far away.
Right
We've
on.
got some really cool stuff to show on Bancroft's later tonight too.
Oh, is that where
Yeah.
that's where you're going after here, right? Is Bancroft?
All right, hold on. I'm going to turn my
Is
camera off because I've got
Okay.
somebody.
We'll
here.
let Dean talk for a minute. Since he, it's totally been stolen from him. That
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
we've been talking for the last couple of days about,
I had to
what
put my flip
pages.
flop back here.
You're not muted, Odin.
I know.
I got it.
Can you say hi?
There you go. Oh, was his kid saying hi?
I don't know.
You want to say hi to people? Can you say hi? You say hi, chat.
How he bash you?
Wait.
Mm.
I don't want to bash you.
Oh.
Is he saying he wants to bash you?
No, he's pointing to my statues like that one. That's a really cool statue.
Oh, okay.
I just want
Here,
to pick
we'll mute you so you don't get in any trouble here. All right. So, Dean, why don't you tell us a little bit about the art on it? Doing the art.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, I've wanted to draw comic books since I was a little kid, you know. So I've always been drawing stuff, but up until now, I was more of a pin-up artist. So, like, this has been really challenging, but at the same time, it's been really fun. Like, it's forced me to draw things like, you know, like I rarely would draw any sort of environment, you know, like I was forced to draw buildings and things in the backgrounds, and I was, you know, the things that you have to do as an artist, but you never do if you're just drawing for the fun of it, because it's not the thing you feel like drawing. I was forced to do all these things, and I think you'll notice throughout the book, you know, hopefully not too much, but like I've leveled up throughout the book. Like I've gotten a lot better at drawing certain things throughout, as opposed to the first time I drew it. And I don't know what to say. Like it's what I've always wanted, you know. Like I'm so happy to actually be here, and the fact that anyone even bought a comic book that was drawn by me is still crazy to me, you know. I don't really know what to say.
Do you want to say
Why
hi?
don't you tell us a little bit about being Bob Kane?
Oh yeah, I'm the Bill Finger. Odin is the Bob Kane.
No,
because-
you know what, Dean? That's no longer an accurate analogy. You even said so yourself. We've moved on from that, and I'm Kurt Cobain, the tortured artist.
Yeah, I've been calling
Everyone's
you.
got to worry about. Make sure I'm okay.
Yeah, we've been calling you Kurt.
I just
Bless.
We've been calling you
Oh,
Kurt
bless.
Bob
rocket
Kane.
ship for her blow.
Oh, you did? You made a rocket ship?
Tiny one.
Oh, you did? Okay.
No.
I don't want to put my head down.
Okay, so one of the things I like to do, so before we get off here, one of the things I like to do is back projects. Even though I've already backed this one, I don't remember what level I backed it at. And like just the art and stuff that he's told me that's been added and stuff to it, like I'm backing again.
Oh wow,
So-
thank you. You don't have to back it again. Like
No, but I
feel
want
obligated
to. I want to because I don't think that I think I just backed it the lowest tier the first time. So,
Does it push us over?
huh?
You gonna push us over? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm gonna try.
Woo! You're a good person.
So Dean, how much of a pain in the ass is it to work for Odin?
I thought we already established that I'm a pretty easy fucking boss.
Yeah,
I
it
suspect
depends
he's
on what we're
lying.
talking about. It depends on what we're talking about. You know, most of the time he's really easygoing,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, at the same time I have to listen to like all of this stuff that like everything that Mo's complaining about in the chat. I have to listen to this even when I'm not live. You know.
Oh,
so-
you get it. You get it full
Yeah.
on, and, like shotgun blast.
No.
So yeah,
He's
take
like,
that
just,
for what it's
he's
worth.
like, just tell me what's on the fucking panel.
No, there have actually been a couple of times where I was like, "Look, man, you don't need to describe it that much, right? Like, it's not going to work."
It's like it's Stevie Wonder giving one of those long ass acceptance speeches. You know,
Yeah,
like you got to pull him off the stage.
You could give me a panel description that just says nighttime, character in the middle, shocked face, and I'll be like, okay, cool, and then I'll come back with something really cool looking. But
No, Owen's going to get all Stephen King on you.
exactly.
Okay, you see the backer number went up, but it takes a few minutes for the this to always register.
There. That's fine. We're
Always
bad mathing Odin. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I did. I got the
He's-
featured one there. So
I was about to say that he's got big
Oh,
ears and his
awesome.
mother dresses him funny. I'm just trying to insult
we're so
Odin.
mean to this poor guy, man. He's already got enough stuff going on. Like
Oh, I'm just mad he didn't call me.
Between-
we
Wait,
love
what-
it.
what
and
happened?
having to go to OnlyFans and like make comics. Like this guy's got a lot going on.
He didn't call me good night.
We've established I'm not on OnlyFans yet. I'm only on Patreon.
Okay, fine. He's delivering pizzas and more. Wink,
Yeah,
That's
wink.
why you couldn't text me good night
And
last
male
night.
prostitution.
Exactly.
For
Yes.
the right number.
Wait. Are you having people pay you to call them and like tell them good night?
No, I just wanted a good night text from Odin.
I mean, I'll give you a good night call. You just got to make sure that we cross 15K.
Well, you're about to. You're about to. Oh, I think so. No.
We might clear 14K right now, but if you
You
throw
know,
$1,000, I'll give you a good night.
Lola
There
wants
you
to
go.
correct my my love life, but not that much.
There you go.
Awesome.
So
Thank
you
you very
crossed
much.
14. So now we just got to get it in the next 2 hours over that 15.
Golf clap. That's a golf clap, like from.
But
Well,
you guys
hey,
are
it's
awesome.
still the first Nine Realms book that ever got over 10K. So it's a big milestone for Odin. I know he was really excited about that, and he'd probably be saying that right now if he wasn't busy with his kid.
Right.
I mean, get it all in now. I mean, I want to hear it.
Yeah, well, he was super excited to get over 10K. Like, he loves it. So
I mean, I think
Incredible.
It was a
Awesome.
very big deal.
yeah,
Like I
milestone.
remember when I first saw Elysian Fields, I thought, "Oh my god, the art on that is just—it was beautiful." You know, like we had all these creators coming out with different projects, and that one hit, and it was like, "Damn!"
Woo!
You
We
know?
cleared 14.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
There you
and
go.
receiving nothing but good reviews. That that couldn't have hurt.
You did it, Mike Odin.
But so everybody go check him out on Bancroft tonight. Hopefully they can get him up to that 15. And I appreciate you
crossed.
coming on, Mike.
Yeah, good to see you, Mike.
It's been it's been a pleasure coming on and chatting. And you know, thank you so much for having me on. Before we head out, you know what? I'll show off some stuff here as a thank you.
Okay.
What are you going to show off?
Well, I mean, they didn't see the
His
colored
pizza
booty
box,
juice
of course,
piece.
Steve.
Yes, the pizza box. Of course, that's
We all
totally-
get 2-for-1 deals. Yes.
Behold the technology of the little plate that goes in the middle so you don't squash it.
So one of the things that wasn't up on the campaign, or rather not in its completed form, was the B variant of the special edition, where
Okay.
I had gotten a hold of an artist that did a variant for me for Elysian Fields named Von Randall, to do the line work on this. And one of the winners of the fan art contest, the guy that came in third place, I got him to do the color work on it, and he painted it. And so we have an homage to the original cover of James O'Barr's The Crow.
Oh, I saw that one. I think you
Yeah.
showed that off. That was cool, man.
Yeah, it turned out pretty great. If the thing will show
Load.
Yeah,
There
we've
we
been
go.
sharing. There's a lot more on Twitter and stuff than there is on the actual campaign. You know, there's a few pages, like full pages that we've shared on Twitter, countless panels. So, yeah, go check
that's
either of us out
awesome.
over there. Yeah, I actually love that. That looks so good.
If you got the B variant of the special edition, this is what the book's going to look like. That's going to be your cover.
Oh, wow.
And yeah,
Good one.
Matt Barr says, great show, except that whole embrace thing.
Now, Matt, I said you got to behave.
We
Thanks,
love Too Far Bar
Matt.
here. We love you, Matt.
We've had this discussion, Matt Barr.
Everybody should go and get a Rock and Roll Ninja.
Yes, you should.
But everybody should definitely go and back the Embrace tonight. You've only got, what, 2 hours left to get it? 2-3 hours?
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So go get it, people. Go get it. Let's hit that 15. I want to hit. Oh, I want to get it up there. I want everybody to just go back it. Okay, sorry.
No, you're all good.
No,
Thank you so
I
much.
know the
for having
feeling.
us on, Lola. It's
I just wanna
been a
know-
blast, and thanks for pushing us over.
What are you drinking,
No,
Lola?
I'm drinking a Truly's lemon.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, nothing major. No, not yet. That's for the after midnight. After midnight show, Will.
Okay, well, I'll get it eventually.
Well, speaking of, everyone should come back later on tonight for the after midnight, because that's happening tonight. So,
Where guys like Matt can come on and spice up the show.
Yeah.
yep. All right, you guys have a great night. Thanks everybody in the
Thank you.
chat. Thanks for coming on.
Later,
Thanks
guys.
for having me.
Appreciate you all.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.